It's one of the most talked about films of the year, Women Talking. Anthony Mason catches up with its writer, director, and Oscar nominee, Sarah Polley.
Action.
In Sarah Polley's film, Women Talking, the women in a cloistered religious community have been sexually abused.
We know that we are bruised and infected and pregnant and terrified and insane, and some of us are dead.
They decide to vote.
It is a part of our faith to forgive.
On whether to leave.
Is forgiveness that's forced upon us true forgiveness?
What these women are talking about is literally breaking down one world and building a next.
The Oscar-nominated screenplay, adapted from a book by Miriam Taves, was written by Polley, who's also the film's director.
You were reluctant to direct at first.
Yeah, so I have 3 little kids.
That takes a whole summer, trust me.
Polley told Frances McDormand, who co-stars in the film and co-produced it, that she couldn't handle the long, grueling days away from her children.
And there was this little pause, and then Frances McDormand just kind of went, well, men have written the rules of this industry, and this movie's called Women Talking, so we're going to change the rules. Amen, sister. We're just going to do it.
I started writing it the year before the pandemic.
We met Polley in Toronto, her hometown.
Do you practice your slap shot
This is
here?
my tour. In this country, we have hockey. You're welcome.
But she didn't grow up on the ice. She grew up on film sets, acting from the age of 4.
Did you like being a child actor?
By and large, it was a terrible experience.
Get away! Stop it!
She was traumatized running through explosions in The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
A lot of the time when the explosions and things were going off, it was really scary.
There are a lot of cherries in your pies.
She was called Canada's sweetheart when she starred in the series Road to Avonlea.
You didn't like all the attention either.
Being recognized was really scary for me and uncomfortable.
At 11, Polley lost her mother to cancer. A few months later, she was diagnosed with scoliosis.
My spine growing completely out of control into this curve, which I knew it needed surgery for. I think all those things just kind of came to a head. Mm-hmm. And so that was a really big moment of breakage in terms of just everything kind of crumbling.
Was there anything unusual about the bus that particular morning?
At 17, Polley was cast in Atom Egoyan's film, The Sweet Hereafter.
I'm a wheelchair girl now.
Playing a girl paralyzed in a school bus accident.
It's okay with you?
Great.
You have to do so much in your facial expressions in that movie.
I'd been going through so much since I was so little, and there was no place to put it. And suddenly I was able to put everything that had ever happened to me that I hadn't said into these silent moments.
Polley won glowing reviews. In 1999, she made the cover of Vanity Fair's Hollywood issue and reached a turning point in 2000 when she was cast as rock groupie Penny Lane in Cameron Crowe's film Almost Famous.
And did you walk away from it?
I did walk away from it. It became really clear to me really fast. Whoever played that part was going to become a huge star. I knew definitively I didn't want that from my early experiences of fame, which were so negative. So I thought, wait, why am I getting on this train?
Were there a lot of people who said, "What are you doing?"
Oh, yeah. If people weren't coming by the house from Toronto, they were flying in to knock on my door and go, so you're not going to be Penny Lane in the new Cameron Crowe movie. That's fascinating choice.
In the end, the part of Penny Lane was played by Kate Hudson.
You haven't regretted it at all?
Never, because I never would have made my own films. It came directly from that moment.
Polley recounts some of her traumas in her recent memoir, writing, "The past and present are in constant dialogue." In the book, she alleges she was sexually assaulted when she was 16.
And I'm wondering the degree to which that was in conversation with you when you were making this film.
I think a lot of experiences I had as a young woman, I think they made their way into the process of thinking about this film, absolutely.
Do you feel you look at yourself any differently after re-examining a lot of this?
After I told those stories, I did feel lighter. I just have a buoyancy now that I don't think I had before.
Has that buoyancy in any way changed the way you approach filmmaking, do you think?
Yeah. I think I approach filmmaking with a lot of gratitude now.
And action!
I didn't have a second that went by that I wasn't so grateful to be there every day.